Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched AEW All Out live in person at the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois. This was a hell of a show. Earlier today I watched NXT UK take over Cardiff, which was fantastic. And then here I am after the show, waiting for the traffic from the parking lot to clear out, and I just record this episode talking about everything that went down, everything that I can remember anyway. I took some light notes. I had a really good time. The beginning of the show, I was starting the tiredness was starting to get to me from the long travel day and the lack of sleep, as I talked about in the last episode. But I went and got a little bit of food, cheeseburger, a bottle of water, and a bottle of Pepsi, and that helped me. It gave me the energy I needed to be engaged with the rest of the show. Let's see. I was worried that getting into the arena was going to be a rough time, but I should remember from last year that it goes pretty quick here. There was a huge mob of people, but everybody got through pretty easily. And it only took like 10 minutes maximum from that huge line of people. So that was good. I was worried that I was going to miss the buy-in or part of the buy-in, and I'm glad that I got in there, found my seat. I was in the upper deck this time around. I think I probably talked about where my seat was last year for All In. I was in the lower bowl for that show. This time I was in the second level, and I was in the back row. There's like another level of club seats behind that, or like suites. But I was in the back row of the regular seats, and that was pretty nice. I didn't have to worry about like if I did stand up being in anybody's way, and a lot of people just stood behind the seats anyway. And it was like, socializing and stuff back there, which is kind of nice. I was totally fine with it. I was a little bit worried that the security guards might come and be like, "You guys can't stand up here," because I was entertaining the thought of doing it myself, but the guy right next to me, he decided to do it for like the second half of the show. He was really happy about doing that, and it freed up some leg space for me, so that was pretty great. I did get a lot of beer spilled on me. Guy on my other side who he's got very, very excited for all of the matches. I mean, I did too, but I didn't have an open drink in my hand to be like spilling all over everything, and I wasn't jumping up and down my seat and all of that. But I did really enjoy pretty much all of these matches. Even the matches that I wasn't really well versed about or really excited about, ended up surprising me with how entertaining they all were. So I recommend watching this show for sure. If you don't know the results of all the stuff, then consider this your spoiler warning. Just go watch this show first. Don't find out the results from this episode. But maybe, I don't know, do whatever you want. But just telling you, if you don't want to find out the results from this episode and want to find out by actually watching it, then stop listening right now. All right, so the show began. Oh yeah, there's something that happened with police that came to near my section. It was like in the next section over that something happened with somebody falling over or some. I have no idea. I was like hearing bits and pieces of what maybe was going on, and there was like 5 or 6 police officers. I have no idea what was happening. So if you're listening to this and you're section 203, like in the first couple of rows, let me know what happens. Maybe just shoot me a message. say, oh, this is what happened. Somebody almost died, maybe. That's what it seemed like was going on, because heard people talking about somebody who fell, they slipped, but people caught them, and I thought they were talking about a match, but maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so the first match of there are two matches on the buy-in. I was very pleased that the buy-in was. We had some comedy in the Battle Royale, but it was much more serious than the last full show that I watched, which was Fyter Fest. That the buy-in was like it was pretty ridiculous, and I feel like it wasn't really representative of the rest of the show necessarily. This show, however, was a lot better as far as that goes. And I mean, Double or Nothing was pretty good too, because you also had the Casino Battle Royale there. But this is a women's Casino Battle Royale. I really couldn't hear the announcer at all the entire night, and the music was also very quiet from where I was. But it was fine for the most part. It was just it mostly hindered my enjoyment or my increasing familiarity with the women's roster here, because I couldn't hear their names. So the people I already knew, I could tell for the most part that they were there, but the people who I don't know, I couldn't hear their names, so I couldn't learn their names and match it with their faces and stuff. But I do know Britt Baker was in there, and she was got down to the final two between her and Nyla Rose, and Nyla Rose won it all, and that was pretty cool. So by winning the Battle Royale, Nyla Rose will fight the winner of the match between Riho and Hikaru Shida, and the winner of that match was Riho. So it will be Nyla Rose versus Riho on the premiere episode of the weekly show in just a few weeks. Well, just in a month. It's more than just a couple of weeks. It's in four weeks. Or 5 weeks? 4.5 weeks, I think. But anyway, I'm pretty excited for that. I was really looking forward to Riho versus Hikaru, but it was, compared to a lot of the other, I guess because I had high expectations for that match, and where everything else I didn't have any expectations or had low expectations, then it was kind of reversed, that I ended up not enjoying that match quite as much, but the ending was fantastic. That was really, it was really cool. All the counters and stuff that happened, it was pretty great. But it was that pace towards the end of it. If it had that more throughout the whole match, not the entire match, but if there were more higher energy, faster sequences scattered throughout that match, I think that would have made it fit in a lot better with everything else that was going on around it before and after. But anyway, I was really okay. The couple of things from the Battle Royale, I did appreciate that Leva Bates had her fellow librarian help her avoid elimination by laying down books for her to walk on to get back over to the steps. She could have just crawled right back onto the apron, but it was fun anyway to see her going around the two sides of the ring to get over to the steps. And then also the Joker, because the Casino Battle Royale, you have 5 who start, then another 5 come in, and then another 5, and then another 5, and then the 21st is a wild card, or is it wild card or the Joker? The wild card? Joker? I think it's the Joker. But it was Mercedes Martinez. I was not expecting her at all, and that was great. It was awesome to see her. I thought maybe she would win, but she got pretty far. I think she got eliminated like 4th or 5th to last, something like that. But maybe just a one-time appearance. Maybe she'll be on AEW more. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I always love seeing Mercedes Martinez in action. The other buy-in match was Private Party versus the team of Angelico and Jack Evans. Private Party won that match with a combination, a Hurricane Rana into a cutter type maneuver. That was pretty cool. And then Angelico and Jack Evans attacked them after the match. That was not very cool. Rude. Then the first match on the regular show, SCU defeated, I think it's Jungle Express is the name of that team. Oh, shoot. What is his... Oh, come on. Everybody's using their internet nearby, so my reception is pretty... the data is not loading at all. Marco Stunt, I think is his name. Along with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Their performance was fantastic. Oh my gosh, so much cool stuff. I feel like I've never seen a team like this where you have a big guy and then a small guy and then a tiny guy, and they just work so well together with all the different combinations and stuff that they did. It was awesome, but it was not awesome enough to win because SCU got the win. They won with a double driver type maneuver to Jungle Boy and Marco. But yeah, go watch this match. It's so good. And then this is my favorite match of the night, I think. Yeah, I say this is my favorite match. Pac versus Kenny Omega. Pac defeats Kenny with a what I thought was maybe... I hadn't seen the Rings of Saturn since Pac left WWE. Because I just haven't watched any of his matches, so I don't know if he even uses that now. I don't know exactly I can't remember exactly what Rings of Saturn looked like. So I thought that's what he's doing. But Rudy was telling me that on commentary they're calling it the Brutalizer, and that's a pretty cool name. But yeah, that came out of nowhere. That Pac countered the One Wing Angel, got out of that, and was just on Kenny's shoulders, applying this Brutalizer submission hold. That was super cool, and Pac got the win there. Go watch this match. Hopefully you've already seen this match, but go watch it again. I give it my top... I don't even know. Top match of the entire... Definitely of this show. I might put the Triple Threat Tag Title match from NXT UK as my top match of the whole day. But... they're both awesome. It's not to put down one or the other because they're both awesome. And then another fantastic match, which was really painful to watch, but not nearly as painful to watch as a later match that we'll talk about in a second. But Jimmy Havoc defeats Joey Janela via a barrel after Darby Allin dies via a barrel. Well, he commits barrel suicide as he jumps backwards with the barrel behind him. He just lands on steps and he's just dead the rest of the match. So that left it. I was rooting for Darby to win the match. A really cool spot that I liked was the when he had the skateboard and he jumped down off the ropes and rode off the back of, I think it was Jimmy. No, or Joe. It was one of the J people. It's one of the other two people in the match. That was really cool. The chair stuff. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention, it is raining, so you might hear the plink, plink, plink of the raindrops hitting the roof of my rental car. But, this match was really, really entertaining. And, I say it's the most entertaining match of the night. I don't think it's my favorite match of the night, but was the most entertaining. Why would I not be why would the most entertaining match not be my favorite match? I don't know. I make up the rules for what's my favorite and not. Then we had the Dark Order versus Best Friends. I kind of wasn't really paying attention to this match. I was like so worn out. I'm not familiar with either of these teams. Dark Order wins, and then they go on the attacking the Best Friends. But the lights go out. Orange Cassidy arrives. He comes to the rescue, and he doesn't hug them, but they hug with him in the middle. That's pretty great. So that's exciting. A nice trio there, for now anyway. Then we had Riho versus Hikaru Shida. Like I already mentioned, Riho wins that match. There was some good stuff in there. It just wasn't as exciting as the matches that came before it. Then we had Cody versus Shawn Spears. So many typos in my notes here. I wasn't like excited for this match or anything. I didn't think it was going to be bad or anything like that. Not at all. But I was happily surprised with how much I enjoyed this match. There was lots of great stuff going on there, and I thought at one point or a couple of points through the match, I was like, "Damn, Cody's I feel like maybe he's like getting really good. I think he was bad, but like this is amazing." Like Rich right off the bat in the match, as he enters the ring, he just goes for that suicide dive right away to attack Shawn Spears. That was really cool. I can't remember a whole lot of specifics. I am very thankful that Cody did not bleed in this on this show. So I hope that continues as he's bled enough. Right, everybody's bled. I don't want to see anybody bleed. It's it's not necessary. It's not necessary. We did have some blood in the main event. We'll get to that in a second. Cody defeats. He wins with because we had Tully out there who was cheating all over the place on Shawn's behalf. We also had MJF who was attempting to counter that cheating with more cheating. But then the odds were overcome. Or they were balanced then in the favor of Cody when Arn Anderson came out and helped Cody out by hitting. Oh, what was the move he hit? Why can't I remember the name of this move? It was a signature thing. Everyone was yelling at what was happening, and I can't remember why. I think I got video of it too. If I watched it back, then I would probably just know the move from seeing it. But Spinebuster, that's what it is. Oh, traffic is cleared. I should get out of here. Kind of eventually. There's a bunch of other straggler cars. I'm gonna finish this episode first. Then we had. Yeah, so Cody wins that match. Then we had the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros, which is a ladder match for the AAA tag titles, or whatever the full name of those titles are, that the Lucha Bros have. They're the champions, defending champions. And this match was freaking ridiculous. Like, holy crap. I don't even know what to say about that. It's insane. This match is absolutely insane. It was painful just watching this match. Also because my tailbone hurt a little bit from sitting for so much today. But, man, holy, what? All the things that happen, it's just complete madness. I don't know how anybody from that match is still alive. At the end of the show, it was only Cody that came back out, as I think everybody else had partially passed away from their matches on this night. But yeah, this is like a close third place for my favorite match of the entire day, I think. Close second place for my favorite match of the night. For All In. And that brings us to the main event. Hangman Page, who made his entrance on a horse. That was pretty great. And Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, who walked down the ramp to his music, whatever. Cody Rhodes, on his entrance, he rose out from under the stage, and then the Nightmare Family came to join him. And I thought, oh, this would be a great team for a heist. But also, where's this guy going? Oh, that's what this guy's doing. He's just like sitting there. But yeah, this would be a great team for a heist. But also they are kind of dressed like they were about to pilot or crew a Starfleet, a starship, something like that. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's making me nervous. But yeah. Back to the main event. I was rooting for Hangman Page. It would have been awesome if he was the first AEW champion, but Jericho eventually hit that Judas effect and got the win. Like, there is so much that happened in this match. It was really exciting, and I did like it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. Like every other match, other than the ones that I had high expectation for going into it. But yeah, Chris Jericho, he is the inaugural AEW champion, and there was no twist at the end. There was a twist after the Bucks versus Lucha Bros. At one point, one of the Jacksons removed the mask of Penta. That's a big no-no. Boo that. What a jerk. And then afterwards, LAX attacked both teams. They were wearing like president masks. So, speaking of heist stuff, but I'm not familiar with them at all. I just was going off of everybody else's reaction. I was like, oh, I guess this is exciting. So yeah. After the show, Cody came out, talked a little bit, and then he brought Tony Khan out, who is very thankful and everything, which is cool. And then he told us all there in person that this is the tradition that we're gonna have All Out here every Labor Day weekend in Chicago. It's gonna be in Chicago every Labor Day weekend. That's awesome. And then he also he didn't say it as directly as that, but it seemed like he was saying that the Thanksgiving Eve will also be here in Chicago every year. So I got at least Labor Day sorted out every year from now on. I think if I can swing it, I'll come out here. So yeah, a great day of wrestling. I did not watch any of New Japan Pro Wrestling, King, whatever it is. I don't know what the show is called. I can't remember what the show is called. My internet's not working, so I can't look it up. I didn't even watch any of that, and I heard that was really good as well. But man, just these two shows alone, it's an embarrassment of riches as far as quality wrestling goes, and I'm super excited for what's to come. I mean, NXT UK, that's like the bottom brand out of everything, and they put on just this amazing show. So that's saying something, I think. But I'm looking forward to see what happens next. It's just a few more weeks, a couple more weeks till NXT goes weekly, and then we have AEW starting up the weekly show a couple weeks after that. We have Clash of Champions that'll be in 2 weeks. Be at Madison Square Garden next Monday and Tuesday. Not this coming, like in the week before Clash of Champions. And then October is just all over the place. Going to a ton of shows there. I'm super excited for everything. So yeah, that's it for now, I think. Let me know what you thought about All Out and NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. and all the other stuff that I talk about on any of the episodes, just shoot me a message. Tweet me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.